Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be talking about 10 huge changes that Rockstar made in the Diamond Casino Heist update that you just might not know about. So let's go ahead and jump into this today. The first thing you might not have known is that each arcade is a little bit different. Now, I'm not talking about the exterior. Obviously, every building's different. And I'm not talking about the individual changes you can make to like the theme and what the floor pattern and the wall pattern is like. I'm talking about some of like the very minor details, like some of the things you will see inside of your office next to the safe, the little statues that are around, the locations of the posters. Each one is slightly different, and I don't know if you guys find that significant, but I think that that is actually pretty cool, and they're sort of secret changes that you might not have known about in each arcade. Again, everything else functions exactly the same, and obviously your design might look different based off of, the patterns you put in there, but each arcade is going to have some slightly different features to it. And I think that that is pretty cool. Now, another interesting thing that Rockstar added was the Madame Nazar fortune teller machine. And if you listen closely, Madame Nazar will talk about some interesting Easter eggs in both Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption. So some of them kind of don't make sense, or at least they don't make sense to me, or maybe I haven't figured that out yet. Like this first one she gave me, I see a great stone window looking down upon a cold river. Like if you guys know what that means, you can let me know. But as I mentioned, some of them also reference events that happened in GTA and in Red Dead Redemption. Like this one right here, I see a man with red hair and a red mark upon his face. He does not belong here. This is clearly talking about the time traveler from Red Dead Redemption 2, Francis Sinclair, the guy who collects like the rock carvings. So that's kind of a cool reference. Madame Nazar also references the ghost girl in the swamp. She says, I see wet ground and figures in the dark and the spirit of a lonely girl, clearly referencing the swamp ghost lady. And there's even a reference to Rooftop Rumble, which was one of the most popular contact missions in GTA for the longest time to make money, where Madame Nazar says, I see a rooftop and a briefcase in death. No, it's not a rooftop, because Rooftop Rumble never took place on a rooftop. So just some funny stuff right there. There's also lines where she talks about the Chiliad mystery and a whole lot of other stuff going on. So if you want to listen for some fun references or even some potential secrets, just chill out with Madame Nazar for a couple of minutes. She'll tell you some pretty fun stuff. Something else that's pretty cool that Rockstar added is the Nano drone station. And at first, I thought that this was kind of pointless because I thought you had to go to your actual basement of the arcade in order to call them in. But it turns out if you purchase this, now you can call in your drone during free roam. You don't even have to have your terabyte out. So it's pretty simple to do. All you have to do is go into your inventory, and then you can scroll down to request or launch Nano drone, just like you would with an RC Bandito. Now, if you guys are wondering if there's any differences between the terabyte drone and this drone, the answer is no. They're exactly the same. They have a photo mode, boost, they have a shock feature, you can detonate them, you can move them up and down. It's literally the exact same drone, but now if you have this, you can call it in without having to be in, near, or around your terabyte, which is great because sometimes you don't want to have to take it out. And if you're wondering what the cooldown is, it is 5 minutes. So once the drone is destroyed, you have to wait 5 minutes again before you can ultimately call it back in. A lot of you guys have also been wondering, how do you replay the heist missions on hard? When I did them, I didn't see a difficulty slider. Well, you'll know you're doing the heist mission on hard when you actually get to approaching which method you want to take out. If there is a skull icon on the picture, that means the heist you're doing is in hard mode. So that's what you'll see if you're going to be getting a higher difficulty level there. And the reason that's important, or some people want to do that, is the payout is higher, and it also allows you to complete several of the Platinum Award or challenges if you actually do the heist on hard. So there's no way to choose, it just has to have the skull icon on there, and then you can do it the hard approach. Now, speaking of things on that board, a lot of you guys have probably ended up purchasing the practice keypad and also the practice vault door. However, if you go up to them, you might not have the option to actually use them. Well, it actually turns out that you can't just use them whenever you want. you actually have to have the equipment to hack the vault and the keypad. So for the vault, you have to have the drill or the laser in order to practice on the vault door. And for the keypad, you have to have the hacking device. So this is something that was confusing me for a long time because I purchased these items so that I could practice, but unless you've actually done the prep and the setup in order to get them, you won't actually be able to use them. So just keep that in mind right there. Like for the longest time on the first day, I was like, gosh, why can't I use this stuff? And it's because you have to have the necessary preps in order to practice. And sort of building off of that, another sort of secret upgrade that you can get to the arcade is the gun workshop, where you can modify Mark II weapons. Now, in order to get that, what you actually have to do is unlock or recruit a weapons specialist for your heist. So once you've chosen the gunman who is actually a part of the support crew, and you actually return and leave the arcade, not only will you notice that more things are going on there, like you'll see more NPCs hanging about, but you'll now notice that there is a gun workshop available for you to use, which is pretty cool. And you can also see that there's a lot other things going on there, like when you get the delivery vehicles, those will be added into your garage. So there's a lot of dynamic things that change here, but getting that weapon workshop is nice because now you don't need an MOC. I think that was the only other location in which you could access a gun workshop, maybe the Avenger too, but now you don't have to have that. The only thing, of course, you'll need to do in order to access it is to, again, recruit a gunman, but after that, you should be good to go. Now, another thing that was interesting and what Rockstar did with this update is they added a handful of unique vehicles to Warstock Cash and Carry. These are vehicles like the fire truck and the lifeguard SUV and the Bugstars van and the Stockade. Well, many people have been wondering, can you actually get these vehicles in free roam and just store them in your garage, saving yourself hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars? Well, the answer is kind of. So some of the vehicles cannot be stored in your garage, so you're out of luck there. Things like the Stockade and the fire truck. If you can't store them in your garage, the only way to get them is to buy them through the website, and that will get you access to them via Pegasus. But some vehicles, like the Lifeguard SUV and the Bugstars Burrito, if you manage to find them in free roam, because they are now not blacklisted at the Los Santos Custom Shop, you can basically store them for just the insurance fee. Now, I would say the only issue with that is getting these vehicles to spawn. The Bugstars van and the Lifeguard SUV, just as an example, I think they only will really spawn if you're super lucky or if someone already has the vehicle and they go to the location where they spawn, like, for example, the Bugstars like garage area at the docks. They will start to spawn like crazy. And all you have to do from there is essentially take it to the LSC, pay for the insurance, which will be like $50,000, and you're good to go. But in the example, the Bugstars Burrito, you'd rather just pay $50,000 than the $598,000 price tag for it. So it's a way to basically save like 90% on some of these vehicles. So instead of just immediately buying it from the website, check to see if you can grab one in free roam first and then take them to the Los Santos Custom Shop. There's also a good chance that Rockstar might try and patch this soon. So if you're interested in it, I would do it sooner rather than later. Another tip you might not have known about is when you're doing the casino heist preps and setups and you acquire cops on you, like will probably happen during some of the missions, you've noticed that you can't call Lester and you can't use your CEO abilities to get rid of the cops, which can be kind of frustrating if you have 3, 4, or even 5 stars. Well, one way you can instantly get rid of it is if you call in something like your Terabyte, your MOC, or your Avenger, which you still have access to via your services menu. And when you call that in, all you have to do is go inside the interior of one of them, and you will instantly lose your cops. And then you can go right back outside and complete the heist mission. This is going to save you time. It's going to save you frustration. It might even save the entirety of the mission because there's a handful of them where you literally have to escape like 4 or 5 star wanted levels. So being able to do that in a jiffy and lose your wanted level is incredibly convenient. And last but not least today, I found this to be a fun little throwback. In the basement of the new Diamond Casino and Resort, you can actually find the old casino props of the Be Lucky Los Santos Casino. And there's even like a photograph of it as well. I think that's a cool little homage right there from Rockstar to the casino we've had in the game for like the first 5 years that was eventually replaced by the Diamond Casino and Resort. So again, I found that to be pretty cool. There's a lot of little like Easter eggs and quirky things in the actual finale of the heist and when you actually go into the basement. Like for example, here's another one. It's a little warning sign that you can find. It says, "Don't risk it, work safe." But the way they've put it, it says, "Don't work safe, risk it." So just fun stuff like that Rockstar seems to have thrown into the basement. But anyways, that right there is 10 huge changes that Rockstar have made in the Diamond Casino Heist that you might not have known about in Grand Theft Auto Online. Again, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. If you know of any other cool changes that Rockstar made, you can let me know in the comments down below of this video. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Diamond Casino Heist videos that I'm going to be doing here on my channel over the next couple of days and weeks. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.